Okay, I guess I owe an explanation. Alright, let me put my side stand right here, along with my bike side stand. Hi, a very good morning to you and a very, very happy Diwali to everyone. Yes, I put up a YouTube short yesterday and everybody's been asking me as to what happened. Let me start with that. About 2 months ago, August 15th, I tore my meniscus and I broke my ACL and I fractured my femur joint, which was right here behind the kneecap. Now, that is excruciating. If the bones were broken, they would heal much quickly. You would retain the muscles and all that. But if the ACL is broken, which means the rubber band between in layman's terms, rubber band between the two joints, if that is broken, the joint is highly unstable. You can't climb stairs, you can't run, you can't walk fast, you can't get up from the chair without using your hands. It becomes extremely painful. That happened. How that happened? Well, no human being has control over their instincts. You just have to train a lot harder to be able to overcome those in a snap decision. On 15th of August, I was coming from Dehradun to here, where my parents live in Gurgaon. And because motorcycles are not allowed on the expressway, so naturally you have to take a bypass road. I was taking that. There was one canal on the right hand side, and there was one field. There was a huge patch of fields on the left hand side. And it's a bypass road with no dividers and oncoming traffic coming and then going at the same time. You guys know how I ride. I wasn't riding that fast. I would have been like what? Because I had just entered the bypass section, so I was at about 45 kilometers per hour. That's a slow speed, relatively speaking. However, suddenly, while I was on my Himalayan, a dog came from the fields. Yes. Common sense is always to stop and let the dog go, and then you go. Unless you're in a car, in which case you would be bothered because you wouldn't get disbalanced in four wheels. I don't know what happened. I slowed down very little. So might have been 45, so I came down to 40. And then the dog, instead of crossing the road, it went back to the fields. And I accidentally, in order to try and save it, I turned right, went towards the oncoming lane, but I actually hit the poor dog's tail. I could feel that because my handlebar shook, and as a result, the handlebar is also a little out of alignment, I would say. But I felt that in a second, I had to make three decisions, out of which I could only make two. Number one, save the dog. I mean, I wouldn't want to hurt a living creature. It's just instinct. I just can't. I can't. So I tried to take right, and as soon as I went right, now right is for oncoming lane. Traffic is coming head on. In order to stop myself from having an even more injury and from my bike from falling, instinct took over, and I put the right foot down. As soon as I put down, the bike did a course correction. It came straight, but even 40 kilometers per hour was enough to make a pop sound, and something was broken. I didn't look down because I was so scared. I thought my joint had bent in the opposite direction. I mean, my leg is gone. As soon as I pulled over on the left hand side, stopped the bike, and I saw down, thank goodness, nothing was bleeding. Nothing was broken. But the instant I would put my foot down, slight pressure, and the pain was unbearable. That's when I knew something was wrong. I was wearing all the riding gear, all the riding pants, the knee guards, the boots, riding boots, the jacket. And in that instant, your brain sends a surge of adrenaline through your body. to counteract what just happened in an instant. As a result, you start to sweat a lot. So instead of overcoming that, trying to be a hero and keep on riding, no, stop, breathe, let it sink in. It did. It was quite a difficult experience. I was shook. I thought I was gone. But in hindsight, I believe letting go of the bike would have been much better because that thing can be repaired. I mean, that entire thing cost slightly more than 2 lakh rupees. 3 lakh if you count everything. I mean, at 40 kilometers per hour, how much the damage would be there if you can calculate. So, had I let the bike go and I would have fallen down, I would have been safe. Because one very key aspect of wearing all the riding gears is it protects you from abrasion and impact. In my case, my knee twisted. Now, there are very few accessories in the market that prevent that from happening, from your limbs twisting. No matter how much you gear up, your arms can still twist. Your legs can, I mean, I can't do it on my right leg, I can do this. Your legs can twist like that. And when it twists beyond its certain extension, it'll pop. And oh man, I'll talk about riding gears in another video, which I plan to do very soon. Because of the impact, sorry, I'll finish that part. I was at that bypass road, which is somewhere near Katauli. It is about 100 and 120 kilometers from here. Dehradun is about 170 kilometers backwards. So should I go back or should I come here? I chose the latter. So I came here. I rode 120 kilometers on a motorcycle with a broken ACL and I came. Luckily, the riding style that everybody is taught to embrace is that you use 70% of your front brakes and 30% of your rear brakes. This motion was not working, thankfully, so I did not need to use the rear brake. And I was very careful and I slowed down considerably after that, even in open stretch of roads. I reached home. The leg was fine. It was nothing. But next morning, it was as if someone had inserted a full-grown apple inside my knee joint. It was this swollen. I went and took an X-ray. Nothing came because the fracture was so small. When I took an MRI, then I got to know that the fracture is hairline right here. Now the bone is traumatized. The process of treating a patient with an ACL and meniscus injury is to drill a hole through the bone with a new graft of your tendon and remove the old one. You can only drill a hole in a healthy bone. My bone was traumatized. My bone was really fragile at that moment, let me say that. So the doctor said, take a month and heal your bone first so that we can treat you as soon as possible. So I did. And after that, the surgery happened on September 17th. And after the surgery, it was even more painful because now you can't walk. Earlier, you could walk with slight limping motion. And now you can't just, I mean, this is after a month, which the doctor has now advised me to start walking short distances, like from here to even there till that car. And that's only going to strengthen your muscles because I don't have any control over my muscle. I can't lift my leg. I cannot. I can only bring it back, but I can't put it forward. There is no sensation of any muscle here. So I have to do this. So that's the update. As a precaution, learn from my mistake. Train hard to overcome your instinct and let the motorcycle go. That can be repaired to its original condition without a doubt. It's mechanical. This is not. And the doctors had to take a graft. The doctors had to take a graft from my ankle and then put it in my knee. So now the ankle is also healing and the knee is also healing. And it's a nightmare to visit all the different hospitals and try and get a quotation as to how much each doctor would charge for your ACL. Here in Gurgaon, some said upwards of 7.5 to 8 lakh rupees. 7.5 and 8 lakh rupees. That is, I can buy 2 Himalayans for that. Luckily, I had my childhood friend, he practices in Manipal hospitals in Palam. He recommended his colleague, who is an orthopedic surgeon, Dr. Gurdeep is his name. Shout out to you, sir. And he did a really, really good job of that. So, recovery period is still going on, and so far, happy to report that I can bend my leg till here. That's it. But in order for me to ride a motorcycle, and this is also a progress that I can put my foot over the motorcycle like this. Earlier, I just couldn't lift my leg also. So, in order for me to ride a motorcycle, I need to bend my legs this much, which I can't do that right now. The day I'm able to bend this much, I'll hop on the motorcycle and I'll just first treat myself to some therapy. But yeah, I know I shouldn't even be doing this, but since I'm down here, I'm just excited to be around my motorcycle. It's amazing. Now, 2.5 to 3 months of bed rest can do a lot of things mentally. Try to think positive, try to be positive, read more, consume more content, informational content, not just consume any trash. Definitely read more books, do more of that which you were postponing and avoiding, so that you do not get into the state of, oh my God, what did I just do? There is nothing more sadder and wrong than you thinking and going down that rabbit hole. So do not do that. Watch comedy films. I did that a lot. I caught up on so many series. It was a good experience. But sometimes it does creep on in, so you have to try and block it out. If you're unable to block it out, then just call your best friend, call your doctor, your parents are there. Just talk about it. Talk about the experiences. Play some video games. That's amazing. In my case, I took that time to revisit and showcase my drawing skills also. I wouldn't say drawing skills, I like to draw cartoons. So recently I started on Instagram these Q&A sessions, which I always do on every Saturday. And past 3 weeks, I've been answering those by just drawing cartoons, which I'm bringing to YouTube as well very soon. Yeah, find something positive and just stick to it. Stick to your routine. Do not let the injury get to you, and do not let the injury scare you also. I am scared of riding motorcycles, but it's not going to overcome or let me forget these ever. I will again get back on these. I'll just be more careful. That is all. The the knee brace that I was talking about is it's from Liet, and that is one of the accessories that I'm planning to buy, which will prevent me from accidentally twisting my knee. It is quite expensive, but it has to be done. I cannot take a chance. So I'll keep you updated. For now, this was a small update as to what is going on. I'll try and make videos as frequently as possible now that I'm allowed to walk. I'm excited. And thank you so much. Let me know what you think about this video, and also suggest me what should I make next. What do you want to see? What do you want to know? I'll happily make that content. I am free for now. So yes, thank you so much for watching this video, and a very, very happy Diwali to you all from me to your family and to you. Thank you so much, and I'll see you soon. Tree out. Let me put my side stand. Yeah, my lower back is also giving up now. Oh shit. But nothing that I haven't countered before. Ah. Yeah, sometimes the lower back gets a little stiff and it pains. You can't move, but don't Be a hero. I should have bought a chair. Okay, now I'm good. Now I'm good. Once you're standing up, once you're standing, lower back is fine. Whew. Suddenly I start to sweat. All right. Thank you for listening to me. My yapping. Oh man, I missed my motorcycles so much. I'll try to come daily and clean them because a man needs a hobby. A man needs his hobby. So I'll see you in the next one.